So what the fuck? We're back.
Back at it.
We have Tim and we have our guest Aaron. Welcome, Aaron.
You're using my Bruce Wayne name.
Which name do you like to go by?
My pen name, Edward Villanova.
Edward Villanova. I like your last name, Villanova. Damn it. I wish I had that.
Yeah. that Italian flair too.
Yeah. So I was, as I was saying before we started, so I was inspired by your, what do you call it? Your tradition of having a drink off the show, right? And I was like, I usually listen to your podcast at work, and I was like, damn it, this bastard is drinking, and I'm here like I can't keep up.
Right.
So I took that, but I'm adding a twist to it.
What's that?
So whenever we have a show, we only drink that one drink that we get.
Okay.
Okay? And I don't have beer today, but usually I created a rule. So you're only allowed one beer in between to take a break. And I thought also today we can torture Chim with this drink. I added a rule to it. So we introduced the drink of the show, and you can only drink that throughout the whole show. And then you're allowed only one beer if you can't handle it.
Okay.
So in honor of our guest, Aaron.
Did I ruin the game by?
No, you did not. We started.
with a beer?
No, we started drinking before you, so that doesn't count.
Okay.
That doesn't count. And so let me introduce the drink of today.
What is the drink? Oh God.
Oh, Chartreuse.
The one and only Chartreuse.
What?
Yeah, this stuff. Okay, it's a fascinating drink.
I'll let Aaron introduce us to this drink, which, by the way, he's our guest horror writer and podcaster, and he will scare the shit out of you if you never read any of his things.
This drink looks like it's gonna scare the shit out of me.
He did. You scared the shit out of me with one of your stories. Which one? The recycling revolution?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, that was like the most amazing. What do you call it? Social commentary. But I don't know. I read it as you were commenting on a bunch of shit that's happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was a total social commentary about. Yeah, it was. But it was fucking freaky. I was like, if we have to come down to that, I'm just gonna kill myself.
Right.
So you did your job, sir. Right. Anyways, back to the drink.
Yeah, so Chartreuse. It's one of the coolest drinks just to talk about, really. It was invented in like the 16th, probably on the bottle. Yeah, 1605 by Carthusian monks. And it's a super, super guarded recipe. Like only 2 monks ever know the recipe at a time. And when they get too old to make it anymore, they pass on the recipe to 2 other monks.
That explains I had to drive around a lot trying to find this drink.
Yeah.
I went to several places, by the way.
For a while, it was really, really hard to find. You almost had to get it online. But it's a lot more available now. And it's a very interesting drink. Have you tried it yet?
No, it's live happening. I got it. I haven't even opened the bottle. I was waiting for you, and I thought we can pop this shit together, and maybe we can torture Tim with it. I want to see what Tim is going to either throw up or just throw up away from the microphone. The table is free for everybody. It's all right.
I will say that the first time you drink it, which is now, apparently, you probably won't like it.
All right.
But once you get to your second glass, it kind of starts working on you.
I'd say it's a pretty bottle. I'm digging the green color. It looks like almost like a Glenlivet bottle or something, you know?
Yeah. Well, to be a complete nerd about it, the name Chartreuse is actually so old that the color Chartreuse is named after this. It's not named after the color.
God damn it!
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So I guess Chartreuse is
then
green.
I guess it's appropriate before we go any further. We make our usual prayers to Cthulhu before we get fucked.
It's talking about green.
Yeah, Almighty Cthulhu, reach out with your tentacles and save us if we drown into the Chartreuse bottle. And before we get all fucked, please take us back out and bring us back to reality.
I'm more of a traditionalist myself. Just Ia Cthulhu Fatagan.
All right. Yeah. True Cthulhist with us here. You fit.
Making conversions all
That's right.
over the world. Yes.
We'll break here in a minute after, and then we can pop the bottle and set up some drinks, and we hit it off.
Yeah.
Anyway, so all that just to welcome Aaron to our show. And
Edward
Edward Villanova.
Villanova. Okay.
Orange and teal.
Orange.
Well, he's not in orange and teal, so what the fuck?
That was a good one.
Yeah, you're sporting this American tie-dye shirt going on here.
Yeah.
Red,
About
white,
what
and
you'd
blue.
expect a horror author to wear, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, so we are all from different generations, I guess. So we have like different perspective of the
I thought you were
horror,
about to
and
say
we grew up
genres.
reading. Tim is young, so
I'm the young one.
Yeah, you're the young one. I'm the oldest. So let's say we all grew up on certain genres of reading, literature, horror, and stuff. Would you introduce to us or give us a definition of horror as a writer from the literature point of view, not from movies? Forget all this stuff.
Right.
Let's go back to the basics.
Okay. Well, I talk about it a lot on my podcast. Orson Scott Card's 3 Types of Fear. I think that really encompasses what horror is really well. And so for something to be scary, for something to be horror, really, it needs to have the 3 elements, or arguably at least 2 of the 3 elements. And they're dread, terror, and horror. So dread is the uneasy feeling you have when you know there's something wrong, but you can't exactly put your finger on what it is. The dread is terror is when you know what the threat is and it's an immediate danger, like being chased by a zombie or whatever. And then horror is a little more nebulous. It's more like it's coming to the full understanding of some terrifying thing that's happening. And the example I used on my podcast was like, if you get ambushed by an axe murderer and he severed your spine, you're paralyzed on the floor, and now you just have to sit and wait while he sit and watch while he axes every member of your family. Yeah, that would be a horror scenario. So,
God damn it.
yeah.
Wow.
Now, for me, I would ask, what's the purpose? Is this motherfucker has a point? I mean, is he trying to torture you? Is it revenge? It's like, I need to have a purpose, or like there has to be something. I say this because, there's a lot of horror movies out there that are just pointless. It's like a bloodbath, kind of like a blood orgy shit, which I watch them and it's like, what the fuck? It's like it has to have like a purpose. Someone is like a psychopath son of a bitch doing shit, but they have like an agenda, some sort of kind of like maniacal, I don't know, something, right? It has to have
There has to
something.
be a
But just killing for just the sake because I know how to kill doesn't give me any.
And I'd say that's actually a completely other dimension besides like what makes something horror, and that's just storytelling. No story is good if it's for no reason.
Like for you, you write in a short story format, and your story that you recently published. When you write these stories, I mean, obviously I can see, I've read some of yours, they have some kind of an intelligent design, and there's something going on. It's not pointless.
Right.
That's why I enjoyed them. So it's like, it's horrific. It's horrifying. If you turn it into a movie, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It scares the shit out of you, but also gives you a little bit of a wiggle room where you can think about something.
Yeah, I mean, there has to be something relatable in it.
Exactly.
You have to be able to relate it to something that you actually encounter in your life. Otherwise, I mean, can it be scary? I mean, yeah, I guess so, but it can't be scary on a more, I don't want to say primal level, but it can't hit close to home. It can't scare you the same way that something that's relatable can.
I see. Well, I relate to that a lot, experiencing fear a lot of my day. Back in the days, I wrote a short story. When you read it, it's a scary story, thrillers, like someone knocking on the door, what the fuck's gonna happen? And it was a metaphor about what I was going through, during the civil war in Algeria. It's like there was these nights we lived in fear, like maximum primal fear, knowing that some people are coming here to butcher you. That was a true thing, because it happened to the neighborhood next to us. They axed and butchered everybody. It was going. You don't know who are these mysterious people. we have to stay guard at night and do like watch, you watch a few hours, some of the people watch a few hours and all this shit. You're sleeping in your shoes. It's like, literally, we were left to our demise by ourselves. Government's gone. We're living in fear. And when the night time hits, it was like that. You don't know when they are coming, where they're coming from. It was the most agonizing experience of my life. And they are coming to kill you with not guns. They come into slaughter, butcher everybody, which they did. And you hear about it and you see everybody's going through that. And it's your turn next and you don't know when. So I get that fear. I understand it.
Right.
But there was a plot to the story. I mean, these motherfuckers, whatever, they had an agenda. There's something going on. It wasn't just because, hey, we can do this shit, so let's do it, Right. So.
Well, I mean, from your perspective, a lot of the times you're probably not going to even know what that reason is, right? So, from your perspective.
Well, from my perspective, I know that reason. From my perspective, I know they wanted to achieve, the Islamic Caliphate.
Yeah.
So that was the perspective. But
at the same time, fiction, it has to make more sense than real life, because real life, I mean, it just happens. There's nothing you can do about it.
No, yeah, it happens fast when it happens.
We like to at least have some kind of grip on what's happening to us and around us, and it's frustrating when it's happening in real life. And so if you write a story where you don't know why anything's happening, no one wants to read it. It might be scary, but it's also frustrating.
I know Tim has a horror story.
You're talking about my life. It's kind of
Yeah, when you had to go around as a Jehovah's Witness.
Oh,
I didn't forget about it. I told you I'm going to bring it up.
yeah, but this one, you're talking about horrible experiences. I don't know how religious you are or anything. No offense, I don't know how to say it. Unless you're worshiping Cthulhu and that's the only true God. But yeah, man, being forced to do bullshit like that, it's a horrible experience. I mean, it's not like someone's chasing you down.
See, it has the word horrible in it. So, something.
Right.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah, it all adds up. Like your story of the recycling revolution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can never forget that fucking story. Yeah. I read it at lunchtime during work and I was like, God damn it, Aaron, you son of a bitch. It was,
well, you're welcome.
Yeah, it was a well-crafted, it's just what's happening right now, with the politically correctness and how like suddenly everything is flipped upside down and you are the asshole.
Right.
And then if you don't conform and convert, it's like everything is against you.
Right.
You're overwhelmed with all this peer pressure, social pressure, all these fucking dicks and, famous people, all this shit. It's like everything becomes a machine against to like convert everything to that one thing.
Right.
But you put it into that twist of like, I don't know if I should spoil it, but I don't want to spoil it. You just got to read this fucking story. That's all I can say. Please read this story. And if I have a shit ton of money, I'll turn it into a movie. Like 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Like tomorrow, I'll turn it into a movie.
Awesome.
What's the name of this book?
Well, the story is The Recycling Revolution. It was published in Figures Quarterly Fiction number 69. And it was, it's an anthology they do every year. It's called Unsplatterpunk. So it's the 4th edition of Unsplatterpunk.
Okay, I've heard of that Splatterpunk.
Yeah.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you a link to it. You should read it, Tim.
Yeah, definitely.
You should fucking read it. It's a short story. Which another thing I love about your stuff, I guess we meet at that level. I like short stories. I wrote a lot of short stories. It's like a format that is easy to quickly communicate with people and tell a story.
Right.
But also it's difficult to master because, you have, when you write a novel, you have a whole book to say a bunch of stuff and have time to develop. But short story, you have to be sharp.
I give writers a lot of praise because that shit's not easy. Writing. Yeah. Like, I know you've seen some of the videos I've done. It's usually 90% abstract, and I just go out, shoot a bunch of random shit, and then try to make a story out of it. Because I'm more like, if I'm like, I don't know, to sit down and actually write something. I used to want to be able to do that. Like, especially as a kid, I'll write in like a little story because I wanted to be a game developer, but I was like, I want to create the story and all that stuff until I got into high school and like had to look at it. And it's like a lot of coding. I was like, oh, this is not for me, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
But writing that stuff is man, it's impressive to me, especially when you see a good piece of literature.
Yeah.
I wish I had the discipline, to be honest.
Well, I came from a literature background, so I have a baccalaureate in literature and Arabic literature and all that shit. So you get to dive into all this archaic, antique shit,
Right.
poems and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but I enjoy it, I mean, you can see I read world classics and all that stuff. But but when you sit down to write it, no matter what, how much
Dude, you gotta sit down
break.
and actually like put the pen to paper or whatever.
Yeah.
See, I just when I'm writing, if you will, especially like music stuff, mine's more abstract, or like a screenplay, if you will. I'd always just think of a scene or like just a moment or whatever, and then I try to build a story off around that. Like that would be cool type. But like I can never just sit there and be like, yeah, I got this idea of this dude running through this or that, and like this whole arc and all this and that. Like that's.
Well, I do that with my films. Usually, most of my films, they start with me. I only need to visualize the opening scene. And once I nail that, it's like I imagine it, how I'm going to film it. And it's like I narrate that to myself and I watch it in my head. Everything comes after that.
Yeah.
But that's the first step. If I don't do that.
Yeah. Is that kind of similar?
Yeah, I mean, it can be. It depends on what I'm writing.
Right.
Some of the longer stuff, I've written novels before. I haven't published any of them. But, if I'm going to write something that's novel length, I usually like to think of the specific points that I want there to be in the story. And I'll write those, and then I'll kind of knit them all together. And then, that becomes more fleshed out as, it gets edited and re-edited and all that.
Right.
But, if I'm writing a short story, usually I'll just have an idea in my head. And I'm sure there's a term for this, but because I've heard other writers talk about it, but basically you have the idea in your head and you just sit down and you start writing any bullshit that enters your brain about it.
Oh yeah. It's like a writing exercise.
Yeah. And like I'll start doing that, and at some point, hey, a story's actually kind of forming, and I'll just take off from there. And it's sometimes it's almost like the story's writing itself. Like I'll get on this train of thought, and it just kind of flows out before I even have a chance to really process it. And it's, I don't know, like some other writers have described it as like being possessed by the writing gods or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Sometimes the idea just hits you like a electric light,
Yeah.
A lot that happens to me a lot of times. It's like I have it. It just writes itself. It just comes into you. It's like a prophetic moment. Boom. And you just have to sit down. I usually have to like grab something quickly. I need to write this quickly because it's awesome and it's perfectly, and then I'm going to work on it later. But you got to drop that first seed, that 2, 3, 4 sentences that says everything about everything, the plot. And it was like, because that's the holy grail. Once you nail that down, and then you can build around it whatever you want. You can put it in any settings. You know?
Yeah, I like to refer to it as like the bard spirit. Like you get the spirit of the bard possesses you, and this story just flows right out of you. And I mean, it's also when that happens. It doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes it's really painstaking. It's like trying to start an old lawnmower.
Well, that's the beauty of the short story format. Now, I'm glad you're promoting that, because you kind of encouraged me to go back to that, because I used to do that a lot. I know writing a novel is great, but it requires dedication. It's like, it's a full-time job,
right?
Because a book, 200-300 pages, you have to draft it and go back, and that's a lot of stuff. That's literally from 9 to 5 kind of work,
right,
for a book this size. And then you have too many bolts and stuff in it. You have to make sure you have an understanding of the whole picture. But the short story, you can work on it on the weekend. It's 2-3 pages long, or 4 or 6. And you can read it quickly, and you can go over it, you can tighten it up and all that stuff. You can do that lunchtime or the weekend, which is amazing. And you can deliver an awesome idea, a narrative, lessons, whatever you want to communicate, what you want to communicate. And for the readers, it's a quick read as well. So I can reach people quickly. Who has time nowadays to just like fucking read 300-page book? Some people do, but like some people wish they can, or some people, it take them a year to read the book. But short story, lunchtime, done. And you get the experience.
And a lot of
one
writers, they want to write a novel. That's the grandiose thing that, that you dream about. When
Wow, who sets the rules? I know, it's just kind of a vanity thing, because it's who sets the rules? It's about the punch, the impact, what you're packing in it, and how much you're packing. I think we need to surpass that vanity point of I need to publish a book, or I mean, if naturally it comes to me and I had time and I work on it and I deliver, that's great.
Yeah.
If it comes into a short format, that's great. If it comes in a poem, that's fucking great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what most new writers fail to realize is that they're going to have to market this at some point. And if you wrote a 120,000 word epic, nobody knows who you are. No one's going to publish it.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of money going into printing all these copies and marketing it, and no one's going to buy your book because no publisher is going to pick up the rights.
Well, I guess people need to decide where they put their effort is. It's like you want to put so much effort into the vanity part, or you want to put so much effort into the work. Because if you allocate 100% of the effort into the work, it turns into a masterpiece. When it turns into a masterpiece, it speaks for itself.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then it will survive at some point.
Yeah.
You like it or not. But if you don't, it's like you're gambling. Should I put 50 here, 50 here? It's just, I don't know. I like to just enjoy the journey 100%.
Yeah.
And produce a masterpiece, even if it sits in my shelf for the rest of my life. Yeah, but it's an actual masterpiece. I'm talking about like no one can debate it.
Yeah.
And it's going to outlive me.
And really, I think that's kind of two different ways of thinking about having a writing career. One is the art form. If this is your passion, if this is what this is the story that's flowing out of you, then yeah, absolutely write it. But you can't overlook, if you want this to be a career and not something that once you've been dead for 20 years, people figure out what a genius you were.
Yeah. Well, aren't most geniuses are the same story? When they die, they become fucking famous. Yeah, which is fucking sad,
Yeah.
Tim, I'm gonna kill you, and then all your bass player stuff is gonna be famous. I know.
Doesn't do me shit now.
I'm gonna go to your grave and just sprinkle a bunch of fucking 20s. Shit, Tim. Look at me, Tim. I'm rich because of you.
God, see how that works, man.
But yeah, I mean, if you're trying to break into the market, though, if that's the thing that you're focusing on, short stories are the other way to do it. Because there's less of a gamble on the part of the publisher,
and it's cheaper.
It's cheaper. Yeah, if your story bombs, then it didn't cost them much.
Yeah.
And then once you've published a few places, then if you're going to market a novel, they're going to look at your resume. They're going to look at the things you published before, and they're going to go, okay, so people published this guy before. He's worth a look. We'll actually read it and see if it's any good.
Well, but if you polish your skills and you put all your effort into the art, you just write all these stories. After several years, you become a master, even if no one has heard about it. At that point, when you sit down on a table, not anywhere, you are an authority. At that point, you can start selling yourself, which is fine. But you have to bring with you all that. So, you can be nobody for years, but you become a master. When you sit down on a table, everybody shuts the fuck up because you know what you're talking about and you can drop the hammer.
Right.
At that point, you can spend more, you can start allocating effort into what, like you call it, promoting yourself and doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's like you see the opposite now. It's like people they start promoting themselves as soon as they start working on their skills and their effort.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like weird. You're first of all, you're a nobody. Second of all, your skills are still in the in the development. And then you're already selling your shit or promoting your stuff with all this shit and all this media and all that. Yeah. I mean, I like to become a master before I open my mouth.
Yeah,
That's just my approach.
Yeah,
This
the rule of the
podcast proves that is a lie.
Yeah, I mean
Shit, Tim.
the big problem with that though is that as far as getting anywhere, it's not enough to just be a master at what you do. Other people have to know that you're a master. Otherwise, they're gonna you can be the best writer in the world, and if they don't know who you are, they're just gonna be like, oh, what does this guy know? But
I guess it's just like a tricky area that never solves itself because this shit's been going on for centuries.
yeah, I mean the main problem is that there's so much pretension in really all the arts, in music,
That's true.
in movies, and writing is not exempt from that. And you can make a point that's way better than anything that Stephen King has ever said.
Yeah.
Because he's Stephen King, people are going to listen to him, and they're going to take what he says as gospel. So, there's that facet to
Right.
Well, Stephen King is a productive writer. That guy, he's a master because he's relentless. I mean, he works a lot.
Right.
Okay? That's what I'm saying. So he's kind of like in a master kind of level. Versus someone else who just wrote 2 books and then they're already like yapping everywhere. Look at me, I have a business card, I did this, I did all this shit. It's like, dude, chill the fuck out.
Right.
Yeah, unless you just drop like 1 or 2 books that are just fucking astounding, like groundbreaking.
No,
or something.
it's a pretentious,
Which is
just like you've been in stage once, you played some local band, like suddenly you're like, hey, look at me, I was on this shit, hire me, do this.
Yeah.
Right.
There's rare cases, and they're called prodigies.
Yeah, you gotta give it at least a year, being a lot of stuff first, and then you'd be like, whoa, now a year later, now I know this much.
Yeah.
I can start talking about myself,
Right.
and it's the narcissistic approach. Like as soon as I do something, I want to talk about myself.
Right. Yeah.
Like right now.
Yeah. It's like doing it because you want people to know who you are. There's a really cool.
I'm doing it because I want to talk about myself. That's pretty much what it sounds like.
There's a poem by Charles Bukowski. I'm not going to recite it here. I don't memorize. I read it on.
No, go ahead, butcher it.
Because I read it on episodes. But yeah, the basic idea behind the poem is if you're doing it because you want recognition, then just don't waste people's time.
Oh yeah.
It has to be something that I think the phrasing he used was, if it's not burning your guts like the sun trying to get out of you, then don't bother.
You know what? I totally agree with that because I can spend the rest of my life no one will ever know my name. I keep doing the shit I do just because I love the shit.
Right. Yeah.
And I still do it. And I never said to anyone, it's like, hey, look at my name. It's like, it's not my thing.
Same with me in music. Like, I'm a musician at heart, so I'm always gonna play whether people hear my shit or not. It's just
That's true.
Just gonna keep doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like a part of me.
That's not going to stop. And let's break and get those damn drinks because let's see what this takes us. Let's follow the rabbit hole.
Yeah. Let's open this Cthulhu bottle.
And if anything goes wrong, we can all blame Villanova.
All right.
He has already villain.
Wait, this is
ain't
his
no
fault?
name. His name is already villain /
Dude.
this.
There you go.
This is kind of off topic, but like, do they have Cthulhu drinks or something? Like, I gotta look it up now.
I think
Probably.
They're
I've
fucking
seen
better be.
somewhere a drink with a label. I don't remember. It was a beer.
You know what we gotta do? We gotta after we get the.
You know what?
church
Yeah,
going.
let's
We,
research this.
Yeah,
shit.
let's get our own booze. It'll be the drink of Cthulhu.
There's a type of black rum called Kraken. It has like the.
Oh, release the Kraken.
Yeah.
Shit,
But I want it to be
release the-
green, man.
Yeah,
It's
it needs
gotta-
to be
yeah.
green.
All right, let's pop it. Here we go. Ice.
Oh yeah, get that pour sound.
Tim, you're gonna sleep on the couch.
Shit. Let's see what
Yeah,
happens
what
here.
is-
That's got quite the smell to
That's
it.
got a hint.
I got a new goal in life. I'm
All
gonna
right.
make a Cthulhu drink.
Let's drink. Let's drink to Cthulhu.
The Cthulhu.
All right, here we go. God.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
This was live.
Dude, wow. That's got quite the
You make
punch,
make it sound so easy and flawless. I guess it's the same way in writing.
It's like,
It sounds when you read it, it sounds like flawless and easy, and you try to write, you can't. When I hear his podcast, he's like chilling there today. The drink of the show, I'm drinking Chartreuse, and he describes, and he's drinking and just talking. It's like, you made it sound like you were drinking water. It's like, what the hell, man?
bro, it's got like a sweet taste, but it's got like fire and like.
I got punched in the throat.
Yeah. Oh man. What's that? Corn there?
Start messing around.
Man, that's got.
This is a good drink to segue me to my next question about the famous and that I'm waiting for, the anthology that you're doing with the Violet Church, which I'm hoping next time we'll get you both here and we talk about it.
Awesome.
Because, please, Tim doesn't know anything about it. I didn't tell him.
No idea what you're talking
So you can, we'll let the guy tell us about the anthology.
Well, it's called Libra Monstrorum, and it's a book about monsters. Yeah, so it's actually based on, I forget who wrote it, some Roman guy back in Roman days about.
Well, it has kind of a Roman-ish Latin name, Liber Monstorum.
Yeah,
Monster.
well, I mean, literally means Book of Monsters.
Nice.
And they were supposedly about like these monsters that he'd either encountered or like sea monsters he fought in the high seas and stuff. It's all, I mean, it's probably bullshit, but so this story is written. It's written both as a story and like a field guide to these different monsters, and some of them are creatures from like folklore. Other things are they're creatures we've just kind of made up, or they're based on other folklore and things like that.
No, like the real monsters like Cthulhu and shit. Obviously.
So is it
We actually have a Cthulhu. Well, he's not tentacled or anything.
is it a one book? Like is it a story or?
It is a story.
So it's a story carrying through.
Yeah.
As you go through it, there's what do you call it? You're categorizing a bunch of monsters throughout the story.
Yeah. So the idea behind the story is that we've heard about all these monsters, and we're going to go out and we're going to try and find all of them and interact with them in different ways. I know it's serious stuff.
Yeah.
But and we're just writing about things that happen along the way, and so there's like a field guide component where we're just talking about the monsters, the legend behind the monsters, and then our encounter with them, whether or not we were able to find them, and things like that.
Now, how is it? I only did this once a long time ago, and it resulted like into a 1,000-page book. I wrote. How do you write with someone else? The way I did it. Excuse me to cut you off for a second. The way I did it before you say yours, it was a friend I knew, through the internet, and we were friends for a long time. And then she writes, I write. And then the way we started, like, hey, I made my character, she made hers, and then what I do is I'll write a page, like describing myself. I'm here, the coffee shop, having a good time, something, and I'm like a vampire or some kind of like monster. We were like, she claims to be a vampire. So I created like this demon weird guy, but like out of the realm of like the usual demons described in it. I created something completely bastardized. So I write like a page or something, say I'm here, and then I pass it to her. She reads it, and she writes back another page or paragraph or whatever, but like in that same setting. So like, oh, well, this guy was sitting there, I was at the back of the room, doing this. And then I read hers and I counter with that, and I said, hey, I was walking by, going to the bathroom, and I saw this chick, she was following me, and blah, 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 we go. And it was like a whole story just like that with, monsters, adventures, and all that shit.
Yeah.
But for you, you're collaborating with someone on a book. So how does that work? Like in a collaboration, probably you're doing it the true sense collaboration.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if there's really a true sense. You find a rhythm and you go with it. But the way that we've been doing it is that since it has this field guide component, is we each come up with different monsters and we each write the folklore behind the monster. And individually, and then we'll get together and we'll talk about what our interaction with that creature would be like. How we'll decide on how we find it. What sort of interaction.
Because you have to incorporate it into the story,
right?
Kind of.
Yeah.
At some point, but the plot line of the story, did you come up with it together?
Overall, yeah. The overall idea we came up with together, and then sort of some of the major points we came up with together, and then outside of that, we've just kind of written about the monsters we want to write about, and we just kind of let the story fall into place.
That's a pretty strange project to do, considering from what I know from your podcast so far, that Violet Church, she's kind of more of an academic. She's not a horror person, which is kind of like a bizarre collaboration.
So she says that she's not a horror person, and I don't think that's actually accurate because we'll be talking about. I guess when I was telling her what got me into horror. And like part of it was like reading Goosebumps as a kid and things like that. And she was like, "Oh yeah, I read like all of them." oh, okay. I think in my head I thought you didn't like horror, but okay. And then like it was actually her idea to start this in the first place.
Wow, that's amazing. It's like Tim telling me, "Hey man, you want to play bass with me in the band?" And I was like, "I never play bass, man. Shit. I mean, I could play guitar, but that's pretty much it. Just a few strings and shit." And
then she says she's never written horror before, but like she has.
Well, the one and only
at least two different stories. I know
the one and only story I read of her from you guys doing that competition. She was pretty good at psychological thriller.
Yeah,
because that story was amazing, but it was not a horror story. It was like psychological, philosophical, afterlife, weird shit.
Right.
And it was delivered pretty well, but it wasn't horror. It was more intriguing than horrific.
Yeah,
if I can say true, but she was good at it. I guess maybe if she goes further, she can hit the horror part.
Yeah. I mean, the two stories that I read that she hasn't finished them yet, but that she's been working on for like a couple of years now, they're definitely horror. Like there's like beyond.
All right.
Yeah, beyond a shadow of a doubt, they easily fit into the horror genre. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna plug myself and consider me for illustrations for your horror movie book.
Yeah, man.
Because I would love to get in on that. I'll do it, man. Don't ask me how much for free. I'll just be happy to just do this shit.
So
I like to draw weird shit.
I'll tell you what.
You can
contest to that.
By that.
Oh, nice.
I'm always doing weird stuff.
So I'll tell you.
And Tim can actually make music. Sorry, Tim can make us some eerie music background.
Yes, between me and Mumford, definitely.
We do the audio book. Yeah.
Yeah, the audio book narrated by Tim.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I don't want to narrate it. You don't want to hear my voice. I'll record it though. Yeah.
Well, one of the plot points that we've actually we thought of is that we've had a lot of people offer to do the sketches and stuff. So we thought it'd be funny to have to actually use a lot of them and then make the person we hire as like the person who does the illustrations for the field guide.
Yeah.
To be like red shirts from Star Trek, like they keep getting killed by the monsters and stuff like that.
God damn it!
Because like we have probably about 12 people that have offered, but I mean, yeah, you can be like the guy we.
Hey, like I said, if you need, man, I'm here for you.
You can be the.
You see that painting over there, that black one with the splatter? That was a birthday gift. A friend of mine, when he saw it, and he was like, "I saw this, I thought of you." And I was like, all right, that's a very weird birthday gift, but I'll take it.
I dig it. Right next to Lovecraft.
I purchased that online like 8 years ago from some artist girl, and she had it. And I was like, I need a picture of the man himself. So it was handmade.
Dude, I gotta say, this stuff tastes like hold on.
This shit is strong, man. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like you can like marinate chicken with this. Like it's got like
it's
oregano, that Creole stuff, some other coriander and some bunch of spices.
Every time I take a sip, it's like I got punched in the face.
Yeah.
It's very herby and spicy. I feel like it would make a good
That's true. That's true. That's a
marinating.
good description. Very
But it's
herby.
alcohol,
I can see that.
It
like
does take
a slight
earthy and
sweetness to it.
real.
Yeah, like my family is pretty much all Italian, so like what I pick up from is like oregano and anise. Those are the two main ingredients that I can taste in there.
Man, as an Italian guy, I would have suspected you to be a connoisseur in wine, not this kind of shit.
Oh man, I love.
Well, this is French
Me too.
apparently.
Yeah, it is French.
Yeah, as an Italian, I was like, man, this guy probably knows a lot about more wine shit than.
Yeah, we can talk wine sometime. It seemed more like a hard liquor format to me, but
Yeah, wine is more chill, so
yeah.
so let's do that.
We need to talk about something more refined, like
Yeah, with some classical music background.
yeah.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
That could actually be I think it'd have an interesting flair to it. Like we have that background music, we open up with "What the fuck."
I'll take that.
I'm trying to think
So
of like
today we're drinking Riesling, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
it's just marinara sauce and fucking Everclear.
Well, there you have it, folks. We're gonna start the alcohol tradition here.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're completely 100% fucked up. We worship Cthulhu. We drink weird shit. God damn it! And he just finishes it just like water,
Chugging
man.
the bottle.
I told you. He was drinking it like water.
Dude, I swear, this is like you grind it up with pesto mortar, a bunch of like spices, herbs, garlic, and
Didn't
stuff.
you offer it to
Something
what's her
sweet,
name?
like a
Violet
mango or
Church
something.
on your
Yeah,
episode?
she wouldn't-
I remember that, and you were like sitting there trying to like explain to her stuff, and I was like, man, I wonder what this shit is. I mean, I had absinthe before, but I think this is something else.
Yeah,
I mean, if I had absinthe, I was like, I can handle this.
I mean, it kind of looks because it's green. It's got a green hue to it. Like,
Which
if I
is
just pour this
natural.
out, that would be my guess. Like, is this some weird like Mountain Dew mixed drink or is this abstinence?
Well, what I read about it says it's like the only drink who has like a natural green hue to it.
Yeah.
This is not made up. It's actually
I'm telling you, it's the
legit.
oregano.
I've never really had dandelions before, but other people have said like you can obviously tell that there's dandelions in it.
Good job for both of you for picking something up that I've never heard of because I've never seen or heard of this.
Yeah,
I've definitely never tasted it either. It is definitely.
That's not me and you. We're gonna go the whole night just working on this one fucking glass, and he's gonna finish the bottle. It's
Yeah.
What's
Give it
up,
down,
guys?
like-
It's okay. That's right.
I like how it blends with the table too.
Yeah.
It's great. This is a great little scenery.
Roll a dice and see how much you're gonna drink.
I had to finish it so I could tell how much ice I had left.
Yeah. Jesus, dude. I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's different.
It's an acquired taste. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like after the first like couple sips where you get past the oregano.
Well, I guess today's episode is brought to you by Chartreuse.
is that how you say that?
Chartreuse, yeah, it's French. I speak French, so.
I don't.
See, if I, as an American, would pronounce it
When I saw it, and I was like,
Chartreuse.
I was trying to, I was trying to spell it from what you pronounce it, and I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense.
Liqueur
French. Let
fabric.
me reread it again. Chartreuse. Okay, I got it. Now I can spell it. And I spelled it, and then I got it right.
I'm definitely
No,
not
see,
French.
literally, chart reuse.
Chartreuse.
Literally, how it's spelled.
Okay, that's the American version. I'll take it.
Yeah.
No problem with that.
I'm going to uncharted territories.
Okay, so the reason why I don't know, I get into different liquors for stupid reasons, but
I get into liquors from the look of the bottle.
I mean,
I walk into a store. If it looks cool, I buy it and try it.
I like drinks with history, and so but I mean not the cool Catarsian monk history, but this was apparently Hunter S. Thompson's favorite drink.
no shit.
Really?
Yeah. And so I was
What, you drank this?
Damn, I gotta try that.
All right. Now we know why he's fucked up.
Yeah.
Drinking like oregano, garlic, fucking man. What is that?
Well, it is delicious. I give you that.
Yeah,
It's
once you get the
it's-
first,
it's just strong.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know you said earlier I might not like it. I like it.
It's flavorful as fuck.
So
Yeah.
it's the
It
flavor.
would go great with chicken.
Yeah, the flavor. The flavor is there. Is the punch. The punch that you have to get used to.
Yeah,
the punch.
that spice.
That's
It's like
pretty much
biting
it.
into some delicious marinated chicken while somebody else
Yeah.
punches you in the throat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
can,
it's
you
like
can
it's like a
appreciate the chicken, but
jalapeno-
you have to deal with the punch.
Yeah, with like some sweetness because it does have that sweet Kind of like aftertaste, like you taste like that punch of all the spices right the fuck there.
Yeah.
And then that sweetness kind of soothes it. And it's pretty nice actually. That's a good buy.
How'd you like it?
So how far you guys are into the anthology book?
We're probably about halfway through. We got about 50 monsters in, and so we were.
So what's the goal of what's your end goal for how many monsters? Do you have like a set number, or you're just going at it?
Our original goal was 100 monsters. We might pare it
150.
down a little bit.
150 Pokemon style, man.
Well, yeah, our release date's going to be about 2030.
Damn. I think you should break it down into like parts. So you can do 100, but like, you don't have to release the whole 100 at once.
Yeah, so we're breaking it down into different continents.
Okay, there you go.
So maybe we'll decide to break it down into each continent is a different book. It might be a little hard to do because some of them are sea monsters.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's an open sea territory. So you can call it you can consider it like a realm of itself. So consider the water as its own continent.
Yeah,
Kinda.
yeah, that's kind of what I was like.
So you can do land and then split the land, and then the water will be its own.
Yeah,
realm.
that's possible. That would really that would chop up the overarching story in a weird way, kind of. Like,
I'm curious to see what the storyline is. That's what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to encounter all these monsters in a way, which is kind of cool. But like, what's the plot? I don't want you to spoil it for me, but
I won't spoil it. I'll tease it a little bit. So,
all right.
There's this
Exclusive teaser.
there's this like corporation that was really interested in sponsoring our expedition, and so along the way we kind of start thinking that they want to use our research for something nefarious, and so we're trying to finish the research without letting them find out certain elements that we think that they want to use for evil.
Fucking corporations, man.
Yeah.
Always. God damn it.
It kind of sounds like some SCP type shit.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Or, like Violet said, it's like she wanted to call them Wayland Yutani, like from Alien.
Yeah, Wayland Company.
Yeah.
Shit. You know what this could turn into good? Like if you finish this book, this would be a badass setup for a video game.
Yeah.
Shit, with a nice plot, and then you're going through and collecting all these informations, and you have to encounter all these fucking monsters.
Yeah.
Boom. That's a video game right there.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
We came up with it first.
Well, y'all know anything about video game design?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I dabbled with it a little bit. Me and Chase were trying, that's
Dude,
why I had that
that's
thing.
a lot of fucking work. I saw you do that cartoon shit, and I'm like, that's a lot of work.
No,
I
I'm
feel like that's a little more easier though.
I'm actually messing around with the Unreal Engine.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I've been messing with it for a while. That's where you used to build the thing. And they have this new, most amazing fucking thing ever they came up with. It's called Metahuman. It's software that you can design characters that are humans. You can't tell if it's fake or not. The realism of the 3D with a human, god damn it. They took it to another level. So I was I'm learning the software, and they gave me an early access because you have to apply for it. It's still in beta, and then they send you an invitation. So 3 weeks or a month later, I got an invitation. So I had it, and I started messing with it. The realisticness of this shit's like the skin pores, everything. Like, in video games, usually you can't tell they're not humans. The eyes are with this one. You can't. Like, they made the perfect digital human. It's called Metahuman. But for me, I had an alternative, an alternative agenda. I was trying to learn that stuff so I can use the environments and stuff. How can I use them in film? Because I can use that in the CGI level that looks so fucking realistic, because even the environment is real, the lighting's real, the sun and all that stuff.
Right.
And I'm going to try to use it in the film. Because I can incorporate the special effects and do a kind of a crossbreed between, classic VFX using assets from a video game that has like a fucking insane engine, and then combine both and boom. So I don't have to use locations. And
Dude, there's 2 games out there that I forget the name. It's something like Jimmy or something with a hotel. It's also a horror thing.
Oh,
as
I
well.
know. I think.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
It's live action.
Yeah, no, yeah. They have actual actors that they like filmed or whatever, and then they put them in the in the game and whatnot. And there's like some semi on them themselves, like little animation to make it more easier, I guess, to see and whatnot.
Yeah.
But then everything else is like animation and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it's it's real trippy,
I
dude.
played that. So I played that like a year ago, and I don't remember what it's called. Like
Yeah, it has something to do with
Dark Night or something like that. Or
it has something to do with the hotel. I remember the dude's name is Jimmy, and like you're talking to ghosts basically because you got the spirit box thing,
spirit box.
and you got to run. You're in a hotel, and you're trying to like solve the mystery of this dude, and he's the bookkeeper, if you will, but he just snaps and he's like schizophrenic basically.
Yeah, he's got another personality.
Yeah.
Hugo.
So he's just Hugo, and he's just running around and like he's trying to find you, but when you'll hear him on your like there's 3 floors.
Yeah.
And you have to go to certain floors and certain rooms. You got to get a master key and whatnot. And then you use a spirit box and then you unlock more of the story. You know, you see these weird visions, if you will.
what's the name of this game?
Dude, I'm trying to remember. And I saw a playthrough of this dude, and I got sucked into it because he was saying like, because like they did the cut scenes where they filmed it and there's actual people.
And we're back from the commercial break. Get this brand of diaper. It will make a child never cry ever again.
Give this brand of condoms.
Damn. You went there.
You know.
I'm still trying to get over it. It's just, it's hard.
Yeah. You need a chaser or something.
Yeah, that's why I said that when I made that rule, and I was like, you know what? Because we're gonna come up with like weird drinks, so you're only allowed 1 beer. So let's say throughout this whole session. So if you can't handle it, you can take a break, but you can only have that 1 beer. So you better make it count, right? well, I didn't pick up beers, so today we're stuck with this. So it's like a true. We're stuck. You have to drink this shit or go drink a cup of water.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we decided to have me back. We should have
Oh yeah, man.
absinthe next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the next one. I'm gonna search. I need to see what brands they have available. I'm gonna get like the closest to the truest one,
Yeah.
and that will be the next one. So hopefully next one we'll have you back, you and Violet if you guys want, and we can also subject her to a more absinthe and Tim, and then sit back here and watch them struggle through the whole session.
She's a little selective about what she drinks. Like she almost exclusively drinks like vodka and cranberry juice, like a Cape Cod or whatever that's called.
Well, this is a call out to Violet Church. So this is an adventure show. So if you are going to come over here, we're gonna have to put some rules, and the rules are you drink what we offer, and the drink will be selected by Mr. Villanova himself. So you can't blame us. We're just hosting, and he's gonna have to take the punch for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I got her to drink Bacardi last time. So
Cool.
That was a big branch out.
Yeah.
For her.
All right. Yeah, Bacardi. I can get behind that. That one, I enjoy that one.
Stuff is pretty
Bacardi, Ricard, all that stuff. I can get down with that. Yeah, I had a friends. You know, they used to send me like supply me with some of this shit from over there.
Yeah.
And it's good stuff. Drop it with like a couple of blocks of ice or a splash of water, and you're good to go.
Yeah, man, I've really been getting into like the old cocktail recipes. Mm-hmm. Like an old fashioned.
Dude, yes. Yes.
It's like it's the king of cocktails. Like it was the original cocktail.
Yeah.
Nothing's ever been better than that.
Yeah, that recipe outlived its era, and it still stands.
The Manhattan.
Yeah, that's right. The Manhattan is another one.
Yeah, that's the most recent one that I made.
I don't think I've ever actually had a Manhattan.
Yeah, it's really good. It's
I had it once.
Yeah, rye whiskey, sweet vermouth, cherry and something.
Yeah, I got in the phase. I was trying really hard to learn how to mix these things, but it's like a fucking science, you know. It's like,
Dude, yeah.
When someone makes it for you and they know what they're doing, you're like, man, I want to know how to do it. And then I had like a book and all this shit. And then me and my wife, we used to drop a lot of money on fucking when we were singing, when we didn't have kids.
Yeah.
We always have a bar full stacked,
Oh, yeah.
And I tried to combine. I was like, man, it's like all these words and names, and I'm trying to remember. Fuck. And then I just end up like putting like some expensive liquor
Whiskey
with like some
Coke.
shit soda, and then just drinking it as is. Like literally, I used to mix anything with anything.
Right.
But when you go to a bar and someone knows how to make this stuff, and they hit you with drink, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
You ever watch that old animated show called Home Movies?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's this episode where Coach McGurk is like trying to come up with his own cocktail. As he's getting more drunk, trying all the cocktails, like he's coming up with these bullshit recipes. And he's got the super. He's got the refrigerator door open. And he's like, some milk, orange juice, some vodka.
Let's see what happens.
Guinness, and then a pimento.
Let's see what happens after that.
No.
Set,
Most of it ends with, God, that's awful.
I made a terrible drink the other night actually, because I just saw three mixers in which I don't do this because milk and Dr. Pepper.
You're a horror writer. You're gonna dig this. My wife still remembers this. Back in the days when we used to party like fucking assholes all the time.
Right.
So yeah, we used to have like a ton of liquor, and always our liquor budget was huge. Just like you'd be like, these people are rich. We're not. We just don't have kids. Don't ever have kids. I keep repeating this shit, so I don't know. Well, yeah, this channel is gonna come out like anti-kids. Anyways, so I had like all these fucking weird liquors, bottle and everything. We were going to a party, and I had this bottle that looked like a skull. I still have it. The one.
The vodka.
It was like when that vodka came out. When first it came out in the skull, I saw it. I was like, I want this, and I bought it, and I still have that same bottle. I took everything that I ever had from liquor, like weird shit, foreign shit, local shit, and I mixed it into that one skull. It was the most toxic drink ever. We went to a party, and I brought it with me as a drink.
You bought grog.
Everyone who drank from that shit got so fucked they remember anything. It was like it's still the memory of that party. It's like everybody remembers the skull. That's all they remember. Like when Dean brought the skull.
Yeah, that's.
And I kept that
shit
bottle. Yeah, it was. I fucked myself up with it too, because later on, I think I came across and there was still left. And I was like, oh, I didn't get a chance to get in on that. And then I get in on that. And then boom. And then I ended up in the toilet. Like literally. That's all I remember. It was like
3 days later.
And dude, it was like a horrific experience. I fucked up a lot of people that
Have
night.
you ever been to a grog party?
No, I don't know what that is.
Everybody brings something. Has to be liquor, right? And you're passing a bucket around.
Oh God!
And when the bucket comes to you,
Can you imagine you brought this shit?
That's all you have to throw. Chartreuse, bang.
You're gonna fuck everything up.
And then you pour a shot in the bucket, and it goes around and around. After the first time, then you take a shot out of the bucket and you pour a shot of your stuff in.
Dang. That sounds like a terrible scenario for a horror movie. And then you have like the killer, he drops some like cyanide, I don't know, some shit into it. Or like, what do you call it? Some morphine or some shit. And then bam, he murders everybody.
And somebody's like, oh, my bad. Yeah. I didn't bring any booze, but I got like this vial of acid. And just Hey, Jesus.
God damn it.
Let's watch a horror movie.
Okay.
Whoa.
That sounds fucked up. I've never had the pleasure of attending such parties, so I guess the skull was my mini version of it.
That's pretty much you accidentally had a grog party.
All right.
Yeah. That sounds kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie.
I wouldn't want to attend one now, but I'll be there to watch.
Take like 3 days off just to like.
Yeah, you'll need it.
So the other subject of our conversation tonight is about your story that we are going to try to make into a film.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm super psyched about that.
Yeah, I'm too.
Are you gonna try to write it into a screenplay?
Yeah,
I've
been thinking a lot about that, and I think I have a good angle for it as a screenplay.
Okay. Because I was going to start writing it as a screenplay, because that's my instinct usually. When there's a story, I'm directing a story, I write it myself, because as I'm writing it, it's already played in my head. So this time I'll take a different approach. I'm going to take your screenplay and roll with that.
Okay. Well, I mean, the story is Chance. If you want to read it, it is on my website, edwardvillanova.com/stories.
Which I read it on his website, so do the same thing, you motherfuckers.
Absolutely.
Tim, you're the first one. Do that shit. I'll send you his website.
Yeah, definitely.
So in the story, the main character is like, I don't remember exactly how I wrote him, but I definitely pictured him as like a blue collar guy, like just got off of work, and he was maybe had a few at the bar, and he's in a car accident, and he crashes into like a pillar on this old country road, and as he's kind of getting out of his car and assessing the damage, he realizes that the side of the pillar he's crashed into has sort of crumbled off, and there's human remains inside this pillar. And so he's going for help, and some trippy things happen along the way.
So, honestly, when I was reading it, it played like, it was one of those stories. Some stories when you read them, it reads like a book, and you're immersed. Some stories, at least for me, as soon as I start reading it, it plays like a movie in my head.
Yeah.
Like I'm watching scene by scene, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I keep going. That's what happened with that story. Literally, I watched it as a movie in my head.
Yeah.
But also, the character, the whole time, I was watching you.
Okay. Yeah.
So, like, literally, and then now it's implanted in my head that if this is a film, you're going to be in it.
Yeah.
You are the character, because I don't know, somehow it's just, I don't know, because I know you, or we started, becoming friends and all that stuff. And I was like, yeah, it's just, it fits with the story, And you look like you look like the kind of guy, just hanging out, driving the truck and going down the road and whatever, doing that.
Yeah.
So it clicked, and I was watching it. By the way, I have a skeleton sitting outside. The whole body we can use as a prop.
Nice.
Like the head is hanging over there. The body is sitting on the chair outside in the backyard. We just fill it with a bunch of slime, and
right.
it'll look good. So the other thing is, as you're writing it as a screenplay, what I was trying to tell you the other time, the good thing we're talking now, so is try to write it in a way, but use our surroundings so we can film it and use what we have.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you can incorporate it into our means, we can knock it out.
Right.
Like literally one weekend, we can knock it out. And it will be amazing.
For sure.
We got the gear, we got new gear, we got a lot of shit.
Yeah, and
we
it's a pretty simple story, but it wouldn't take that long to shoot. But I live out in the middle of nowhere.
Which is perfect. I assumed it would be the setting.
Exact spot. I know the exact spot.
Exactly. See, I know you already. Well, we've been friends for a short period, but I already know you.
Yeah. I'm down with it. Yeah, I have some ideas for a few tweaks that I probably would have added to the story if I thought about it at the time.
Yeah.
But I mean,
that's a chance to introduce anything else you want to introduce, because
and we can mull over that, off the air and stuff.
Yeah. So, short story will be in its own format, and the film will be in its own format. And I think we can do that.
Yeah. Sort of like Clive Barker's Hellraiser.
Yeah.
He wrote the original novel, and then he wrote the screenplay, but they're completely different.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. And especially now you are the same writer. So you can do whatever you want. All right.
Indeed.
We have a project on our hands. Shit. Coming up. I work very fast. So there'll be the introductions to me. It's like when I show up on the set, that's done. Let's go.
Good.
So
let's go.
Yeah. But the screenplay would be the deciding factor of that. It's like I need to read it, absorb it. It's like I know what's happening, and then that's it. And that'll be your debut acting.
Yeah. Well, it won't be my debut of actually.
Oh, you have acted before?
Best, yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, then make my job easy. Shit. You're writing the screenplay for me. You're a professional actor. Shit.
Yep.
Tim is a sound guy.
Yeah. I was on a couple of episodes of Friday Night Lights.
No way.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was just like some jack off in the background.
Oh, what year was that?
I want to say 2006.
Friday Night Lights. What is this?
It was like a football, like a high school football TV show.
Yeah, I remember I was catching it on TV. It was like randomly was on TV.
Yeah, there's a scene where like there's two of the football players have a fight in like a high school hallway. Like I'm the dude with the sunglasses in the background. I want to say season 2 episode. We say like 16, something like that. So,
all right.
yeah.
Check that out.
Let's go back and rewatch this show.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find this guy. Like, I see you there.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, so you're familiar with set life, so that should be a problem.
Hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, hurry up and wait. Well, this time he's not gonna wake a lot because he's gonna be main character. I read the story, so I'm gonna work his ass a lot.
Yeah.
So,
I've already been waiting. Also, Monster Energy on tap.
yeah, because since he's the main actor, I like to do a lot of coverage, but it will be like a quick coverage. So we're gonna be moving around, so we'll make it work.
Yeah.
You're gonna be sweating a lot.
Dude, speaking of Monster Energy, that would probably make a good mix for this. A dangerous
fuck
mix.
no.
It would.
Okay, don't do that.
Red Bull and Chartreuse.
Okay, I had a friend who
You're some
drank
Chartreuse snob that's like his head is just
who
exploded.
drank a lot of fucking Red Bull mixed with other shit. He ended up in a hospital with some kidney issues.
Yeah,
don't do that.
Yeah, you don't want to keep.
Drink the drink for itself. If you can't handle it, just don't fucking drink. Stop mixing with this weird shit. You know?
drink what you like.
Yeah.
Drink what you like.
I mean,
sorry,
maybe, if it's too much, just spritz it a little bit with some soda. Just maybe a little bit. Because some people like, it helps them with the kind of delicious
Topo
stuff.
Chico, like Topo Chico covers a multitude of things.
Yeah. Don't ruin an expensive, unique, weird drink like this with
have
some
to disagree.
cheap shit.
I say fucking take that shit to the face. Snort that shit.
I mean,
Fucking just rail you some Chartreuse.
some chart review.
Some Chart.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tim trying to speak French. Shit,
All right, I'll
tell us
I'll
how
take a
gay you
little bit
are.
more.
We have nothing wrong. We have no problem with gay people. Just harping on Tim. Before we get, what do you call it?
Bruise.
Yeah. That brings us back to your story. Before we get the whole
Chattanooga.
social media against us.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
How
dare you.
I can't wait to get banned by Twitter.
Oh, fuck 'em.
Oh, yeah.
I have yet to get that ban track. You've seen the shit I put out so far. It's like I think they're scared.
I got like 18 followers on Twitter.
I think
Yeah,
I think
no one's looking at me on Twitter.
I think they have not banned me so far because I have like the most outrageous shit in there because I think they realize that I'm like a minority inside a minority inside a minority.
They know
Like
you're
the
a
most
foreigner.
minor shit.
It's like he doesn't know about the American.
So if I play the minority card, it's gonna be very big.
Yeah.
He's a minority of a minority of a minority.
Exactly.
Yeah, like your book of blasphemy, like if I wrote that, I would be gone.
You'd be dead,
I would
like,
be
within
gone.
24 seconds.
Somebody would have assassinated me already.
Not just that, like character assassination, the government assassination, social media assassination, cancel culture. You'll be in fucking CNN, Fox, everywhere.
I'd be in some French dungeon right now.
Oh, you'll be sued for billions of dollars, all sorts of shit. But they did not with me.
You kind of bulletproof, at least on the.
That's right. That's right. Twitter, you can hear me, motherfucker. Shit.
So cute.
Yeah. Tweet this
Twitter
shit.
can always hear you.
Yeah.
Twitter knows what's up.
Actually, I've been tasked to I've always had Twitter, but like I'm tasked now to make it more professional. Granted, I never really posted anything on it. It's usually just like I'm taking Instagram pics and sharing it to Twitter.
Yeah,
That's bullshit.
That's why we come to the WTF bro, to relax and release ourselves from the shackles of all this bullshit.
Yeah.
And
You got
soon,
something to say? Just say it, man.
soon our
talk.
Lord and Savior
Yeah.
will wipe the earth off.
Yeah.
Or
Speaking of real
wipe
talk, I bring you a humble sorts of copies of the things, my humble ramblings
Okay.
throughout the years.
Nice.
Enjoy.
Cool.
What is
Yeah.
this? Your journals?
These are the books I published throughout the years.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah,
books published?
blasphemy, baby.
Yeah. Well,
I know you got the
but
comic book.
like we were talking earlier, I never said anything about them. I just did it because I like it. I compiled them and they just live out there in the ether. I didn't
You'd be
promote.
like selling this shit, but like put it on a Patreon. We should probably get a Patreon.
No, man. You
Hey,
know,
everybody,
Yeah.
donate to us
Dude,
so
yeah. Y'all should.
so we can just know
I would like to hear-
donation
yeah.
goes to our temple that we're going to create
Well,
in his name.
I would like to hear, your opinion about some of that shit. And
Maybe
let me know.
at least this one, the Book of Blasphemy, man. I got to do a review of this. This is amazing.
Yeah. Wait. Why haven't you drawn up like a
I'll get you a
Cthulhu
copy.
comic or
I'll
some
get you a
shit?
copy. Actually, I'm planning to make a second one to continue the saga because
Yeah.
there's a lot of land to cover when it comes to making fun of Islam and shit.
Oh God.
And not Islam. Let me correct this because we need to re-educate people. There's a lot of territory to cover when you come to make fun of the Abrahamic religions.
Abraham.
I mean,
That's not solely the older religions because they were better.
Like religious radicalism.
No,
yeah,
no.
it is based off of most of the religions now.
Abrahamic
yeah.
religions are a
Abrahamic.
particular type. We need to
Yeah,
not
you know what's
insult
not in
everything
that?
else.
You know what's not in that?
Ancient Egyptians, those were good.
You know what's
So we
not
need-
in that? Abrahamic religion.
Yes, that's right.
Cthulhu.
Chartreuse.
Ah, yeah.
Oh,
How
yeah.
do you say it?
Chartreuse.
Chartreuse.
Shot fire.
Chal.
Chartreuse. Yeah, Chartreuse.
Train.
Chartreuse.
Yeah. Well, the French, they don't say the R, they say R. R.
Shall.
You know, the R,
Chartreuse.
yeah, the R letter is like R.
Okay.
So that's what makes it a little bit weird to pronounce.
Did I get kind of close?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then,
Chartreuse.
the U,
Chart reuse.
Chartreuse.
the letter U for them, it's always pronounced as U. U. It goes U, not U,
Us.
So when you combine it with other letters, it goes U's.
Chartreuse.
There you go. Yeah, you nailed it.
Nice.
Yeah, so I hope you enjoy some of this. I wrote these throughout the years.
Yeah, absolutely.
See
man.
what
Yeah, this is
you get.
good shit right here.
This
Worst
is
case scenario,
the
make
white
some
one is
good
my
toilet
most
paper.
recent one.
Sentience.
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 Okay.
Oh yeah.
Badass, man.
Everything 100% designed by me. There's a lot
As
of,
it should be.
since you're my friend, I'm going to just tell you, there's a lot of hidden stuff. I like to do that. So everything, don't trust anything in
Easter
that
eggs
book.
in these books.
Drawing, the line, the scratch, there's a lot of hidden shit.
Is it like Disney with dicks?
Exactly. Damn it, Tim.
Vagina.
How dare you compare me to Disney? I'm just kidding. My son watches this. I'm watching fucking Mickey Mouse 24/7. So
Yeah, oh man.
you know how it is,
I
right?
know how it is.
Yeah. He comes to me, all he says is like apple juice, Mickey Mouse. That's all he.
You're
That's
right.
all he said. So if you don't have apple juice and you don't know how to play Mickey Mouse on TV, you are completely useless to him.
They got
Yeah,
the fuck
yeah,
out of here.
yeah. What kind of parent are you? Yeah. You know what? You got to command him. He knows what he wants. So
Yeah.
straight up, straight
Yeah, a lot
up.
of people don't know what they want.
Yeah.
So he's already that.
He was like, I need
he's
to
already
learn.
ahead of the game.
Yeah, he was like, I need to learn only these two things: Mickey Mouse, apple juice. Done.
Damn straight.
Yeah. Damn you, Disney.
I have a hate relationship with Disney. I mean, I can't say that fully because they do make some good shit.
Nah, yeah, they have a lot of good
just-
stuff.
They've employed some talented people for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
They also employed some fucking dumbasses.
yeah,
Clearly.
I forget his first name. That Favreau guy.
Oh, yeah, John Favreau.
Yeah, John Favreau. Everything he writes is fucking amazing.
Yeah, John Favreau is a genius. It's
Yeah.
like he puts his hand on something, it's boom, it's gold.
Yeah.
You know, he's a talented guy. So I guess you're right. They hired the right people, and that's the genius.
Well,
of,
sometimes.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Of course,
my problem with
in a long
Disney,
career, they're gonna fuck up.
Yeah.
My problem with Disney is they fucking just grate that cheese over every fucking thing, and I get that they're trying to like fucking. They're trying to like
Damn.
yeah, they're trying to like appeal to the masses and shit. But like
Right.
it's just some unnecessary shit.
I mean,
there,
like,
dude.
okay, so perfect example of Disney. I did that Francisco Goya painting.
Yeah.
The parody of it for Unsplattered Punk #4.
That was actually a good touch.
Yeah.
I was like, I saw it in Nagoya.
Yeah. But so yeah, the best rendition I've seen of that so far was that Goya painting, but it was Mickey Mouse eating Darth Vader.
Oh yeah, I think I've saw that one. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And so yeah, like that's a perfect representation of like
They did that one. You know, they acquired Lucasfilm.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone photoshopped that, I guess, and they did it. And it's like Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, the only, like I would, if I was gonna do it, I'd do like Kathleen Kennedy eating George Lucas. You know?
Yeah, she was part of the Lucasfilm team.
That was she.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was an executive producer for Lucasfilm.
I mean, a lot of things that
so when Disney bought Lucasfilm, they bought her with. She was part of the package.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
So yeah, so it was.
know that.
Yeah,
That's
she knows. Unless I'm wrong, but that's what I know about it. So Kathleen Kennedy's been in the picture for long before.
the things that she stood behind, though, as far as like the changes that they've made to the Star Wars universe, I don't know.
Yeah, because she's the big wig. She's the main producer. She's the one that signs off on a lot of the Star Wars decisions.
God, I'm sorry. Like you talk about Star Wars, I just think about Princess Leia fucking scene where she's flying through space and fucking
You can, but you can tell. You can tell.
I thought you were gonna say the Princess Leia when she's like the slave of.
oh no,
what's his name?
Jabba the Hutt.
yeah. That wasn't Disney.
Yeah.
Disney was her flying through space.
That was
shit wouldn't be in Disney.
That shit
was
stupid.
100%.
That was George Lucas.
That was
Or Lucasfilm. Yeah.
Look, man.
That was
that
cheese.
Yeah.
That scene particularly, it's a perfect example when you don't need to be an expert. When you watch a movie or like a trilogy like this, you know when someone is forcing a scene into a movie to just sway it one way or another.
Yeah.
It forced.
It's like goddamn cheese.
You know?
Bro,
It's like someone
fucking words.
Yeah, it's like someone editing like a piece of words now into our conversation. You know it's out of context completely.
Right.
He recorded you at work 3 days ago and just forced it in. It's not.
Yeah,
just to change.
That's my problem with Disney.
Just to change the topic and then suddenly you cut. No, we're talking about something else. No.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they did. That. Why would you do that?
Because Disney likes to cake that grater.
Yeah.
And just fucking dick cheese all over everything they do, dude.
I mean, it was fun to watch them walking over eggshells in the beginning because when they bought that property, it comes with a lot of fans.
Yeah, 'cause they knew they could make money off
entire
of it.
planet Earth. You can't fuck it up. And they were like,
And then they did.
but they tiptoed and they just they gave it like enough time for people to forget about it. It was like, okay, because they took the Disney word out of it and they just kept it as Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
And then the stabs started to come out.
Yeah. It's like they started with a lockpick and then they just went to the sledgehammer.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a strange fucking relationship. And then to make up for it, it's like, hey, let's build let's build a Disney, what do you call it, Star Wars Disneyland thing. It's just to calm everybody down. All right, come over here and you can chill in the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, spend more money on our goddamn establishment.
All over the record, I've heard that the bar at Galaxy's Edge is fucking off the hook. Like,
No, man. Okay, I gotta give him this. Disney knows how to make rides.
I've actually never been to Disney.
Because I
haven't either.
I went to Florida a few years before they bought Lucasfilm, and they had the Star Wars theme. Dude, it was fucking amazing. Like the AT-AT, the whole thing standing there, like the Star Wars, like they built it. It looked like a fucking movie set. All you need is a camera, and then you go inside and you take a trip on that virtual shit. I was like blown away. So I can imagine what they did now. It's like take it to like 10 times.
I'm calling it now.
So they know how to do this shit.
2035, Disney's going to own all of Florida.
You know what? They will get.
State.
Kathleen Kennedy is going to be president of the United States.
But you know what? Florida is a shithole, and maybe Disney will get the better use out of it. Okay?
All I'm
because
saying
it's a wasted land for whatever the fuck is happening.
All I'm
right
saying is
now.
like when I see the news channel and if that happens and like I see hurricanes, like that's my sporting event now. See how bad that hurricane.
You've heard my theory. If you listen to the podcast, Disney is completely they're headed by wraiths. Bob Iger, he's or whatever his name, the Iger guy. He's a wraith. Kathleen Kennedy, she's a wraith. Yeah.
Oh, rain. Okay.
Ah, shit.
Wow.
It's a good time to be a Cthulhu believer because Cthulhu can crush some fucking wraiths.
Bro, all right, Cthulhu, it's right there by the ocean. Just wipe it. Just wipe it.
We follow the right
crazy, that
shit.
motherfucker.
God damn, that's hilarious how the conversation spiraled down to this shit. Like went from like super literature and shit. It's like, okay, never mind. Chartreuse, shit. Chartreuse or whatever. How Tim you say?
Chart reuse.
Yeah, you can tell how much we're drunk.
Chart reuse.
Yeah,
You can get it at your local liquor store. I don't know where the fuck you
We're not halfway through this bottle.
We're not apologizing for you grammar fucking Nazis out there who are drunk. I can barely move my jaw from this fucking shit.
so much coriander or oregano or whatever the hell that is.
Coriander, man. Yeah, there's some.
I wonder if you
Yeah, I could definitely taste
if
that.
you use this shit for cooking.
Like cilantro, serrano
That's an
peppers in here.
interesting idea. I
mean,
I'd try that.
Dude, like I'm telling you, it would pair great with like some spicy, like garlicky kind of chicken.
It has the
Yeah.
it has the spices. If you marinate something in it, it's
feel like
already
it-
spiced
I
up.
feel like if this wasn't a drink, it would have been a marinade.
I
Yeah.
feel like I have to try it now.
Yeah, right? Buy a
Okay,
bottle and
we'll
just
come
like,
back to you next episode when Villanova comes back with the dish that he did. The
Give me-
dish that took him to the hospital.
Bro, like kind of like if you make like a somewhat like a Bloody Mary, you know,
Okay.
this like something like that. Maybe not so heavy on the tomato-y bullshit, but then marinate your chicken, like do like this weird chicken dish with like the marinade of this, and then like some kind of special drink with that. That's kind of somewhat Bloody Mary-ish because that's kind of what I'm. That's what I'm kind of tasting there in
can
a
see
sense. Yeah, I bet that would be like the perfect pair right there.
Yeah.
That shit's yeah.
Shit, didn't I tell you? We're still working on this one fucking cup. He's already nailed two, and I'm about to serve him the third one.
I poured a little bit more in my shit now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting kind of
Shit,
warmed
yeah.
up to it.
You,
but, like,
you make me feel so lame, dude. It's like I barely made a dent in
I
mine.
thought you added more to yours.
I did not. I served him the second cup.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right, let me hurry up.
It's that coriander, dude. It's whatever the hell it is. It is coriander.
So like it's a
fucking
closely guarded secret. Like nobody knows all the.
But yeah, no, you taste it like I don't know if you see that like what the Creole, Tony Creole, because I don't know for some reason. Yeah. That's, I feel like
The
they make.
Cajun injection guy. Yeah.
That, some of that shit with the garlicky and obviously the oregano. I'm not gonna drop it.
Actually, there was
It smells like oregano for me.
a few years, a while back, I think even before I got married, I can't remember how many years, I discovered this thing. I think it was in Holland.
Discovered oregano.
No, I discovered there were these monks. Exactly. It's either in Holland or northern France or somewhere in that region. And it's a tiny little covenant, whatever you call it, with these bunch of monks. And they've been making that beer for like 1,000 years or some shit like that, right? And the same recipe and the same crew, same people, and the same scenario, they pass it on. But they make only a small amount of it because it's just for them.
It's a type of beer.
Yeah, it's a type of beer or some kind of wine or something. And, you have to like get in the line. It's like you have to apply and wait. So because they refuse to make production. They just like 3 dudes making the same batches all the time. They make like, I don't know how many cases per year. And that's it. So you gotta like get in line. And I did try to get into the line, and then once your turn comes in, you purchase a bottle or 2 or whatever the fuck, and they send it to you. And that's it. Once a year. They make it once a year. They work once a year. They tend to their gardens. They make a batch and they move on with their lives, and then that shit, they sell it, they keep some to themselves, and that's it. And I was like, wow. So I researched it. I remember I researched it heavily. I found their website, you have to get in.
So
I even was like,
some of this shit.
yeah, I even was like, you know what? I need to go there personally. Because it was like around the time we were about to go on a trip. And
Road
we did
trip.
want the trip.
I don't think you're a road trip there. But hey, trip.
Yeah,
Trip.
plane trip.
Plane trip.
Plane trip. Yeah, I
some of
almost
that
got
shit
in on
back.
that because I was so curious. It was like supposedly it's a delicious beer. Or
We got a
ale.
week to go and do it. Let's do it. Booking the plane now.
Yeah. Who wants to sponsor us so we can go get this shit?
This is why we need that goddamn Patreon.
Yeah.
Right.
Jeez.
Patron these nuts. No, I don't mean it. I take it back. I'm just kidding. We don't have one.
Dude,
It's
next
called what
party.
the fuck, bro, man. It's like, obviously, I don't give a...
I'm buying this shit for my next time I'm at a party now because I was out of my guitar.
Do not ruin our sacred...
Oh, no. No. But I'm going to tell them how to pronounce, because I guarantee none of them know French or how to... I'm going to tell them.
Don't bring the bottle. Just serve them glasses and just start handing it around to people. It's like, hey, man, you want to drink this?
Well, that's what I was thinking. I would show up early and just have these glasses just made. I'm like, hey, welcome to the party, and just like hand them, and they're like, Sim's like, what the fuck is this? I'm just gonna put a big old fucking dumbass grin on my face. I'm like, welcome to the party. Just like leave it there.
Please have a video like camera ready, like a wide angle.
But I'm gonna
like
tell
at
them.
the end,
I'm
and
gonna
you
tell
see
them it's
people
chart
throwing up,
reuse.
sharking.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's like, oh, it's called chart reuse. Look it up, and like shit like that. I'm not gonna tell them like it was like any other.
Tell them it's a recycle, it's reuse, which is it's a recycled liquor where the people spit out from all the bars and shit.
Swamp juice.
Motherfucker, this is oregano oil and Everclear.
This is how to ruin a fancy drink in 20 seconds. We just talk about it and we turn it to shit. God damn, it's like toilet wine.
Oh god. Now I remember someone told me about a swamp drink or swamp juice or whatever, and I didn't know what it was, and it's like, yeah, ask your friend next time you saw him. So like my bartender friend, I was like, hey, what is swap juice or swap drink or whatever the fuck? And it's like, I don't know, but I have a idea what it could be. And I was like, what? It's like, those mats, those wet mats that they have right there, like when they're bartending, those weird little like basically rubbery things that sometimes drink spell. Is like maybe grabbing all that and emptying it all into a bucket or something and just serving that. And I was like, no. Like basically, all the basically all the liquor spills all into one goddamn bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and all it means into kind of a trough, like
basically a trough of just bartender people spilling drinks, basically on the bar. It kind of just seeps into a spot where you just you can just.
All right, Aaron, the score. Aaron is on Villanova.
Edward
Villanova is in his third glass, and we are still working on our
You
first.
might as well just start chugging it. 1.5. I don't know.
Yeah, we're still working on our fucking first. We are lame. We are a disgrace to this channel.
It's the corner,
God,
man. Coriander. How the fuck you pronounce that? I don't know.
We're not going to go to work tomorrow, are we?
Who needs it?
Oh, shit. Tomorrow's Monday.
It's cool. I was just going to get fired and quit my
Sorry,
job.
guys, for reminding you of fucking Monday. My mistake.
Hey, this is kind of personal and off record, even though it's literally on the radio, whatever. Like, I was like, that's the other thing. I was like, yeah, fuck it. Maybe I'll just go homeless. It'll help research my role for that short that we're going to do.
Yeah, because I wrote this script. We were trying to make this film. It's called Homeless. And he's going to play this character, a homeless character.
Yeah.
But the story has like a social kind of study to it.
It's got like some hardcore meaning in it.
Yeah, it's
But,
deep, but the idea is he's gonna be the homeless guy.
Yeah, because I mean, look at me. I look
Because I have this.
I naturally look.
I have this coat. I told him if you put it on, and that's all you need to do, like coat, and then you're gonna look like a homeless guy.
Yeah,
and that's it. That's the prop of the movie. It's like the cheapest movie ever.
And I'm in the process of moving, and like I'm in I got.
So you're literally homeless.
Yeah.
You're in the status
pretty quick.
We should film it during that status so we are legit.
I was about to say, it's like, just give me like a month, and if I don't find a place to live, I will be ready for that role.
So I'll just follow you around with the camera.
Yeah.
And you just know the story.
I'm digging through trash already.
You would win so many like pretension points.
Yeah, pretension. Oh my God, I had to do this with the real homeless motherfucker.
Real homeless guy.
Yeah.
Dude, like I kind of want to talk to like some homeless people to kind of research his role in a sense, but like literally the other day, like literally 3 days ago, it was actually that. I was on my way to meet somebody to talk about some moving shit, if you will, and I was near the toll road or whatever, and this dude was like on the intersection, and when like he was on a bridge, and there's a tree or whatever the fuck, and you're just leaning over the side of the wall, or whatever, the
railing.
Cement, but it wasn't railing, it's a cement thing,
The K-rail.
Yeah, whatever. And that dude's just going off. Like you can see him talking shit. So I cracked the window. I'm like maybe a car in front of so he's like a car length behind me, but he's right there, like kind of looking down at a tree, basically, because there's a tree up here. So he's like kind of looking down at a tree. I know he's not talking to me because the distance between anyone, like there's nobody there, you know.
Yeah.
But he's like going on a hardcore conversation, and like I caught a couple words. He was like, "Yeah, man, that's fucked up." I was like, "Oh, well, thanks, brother." Blah blah blah, this and that, and it's just like the sentence was so fragmented here and there from what I could hear. Like,
Man, I wish I was there with the camera. It's a documentary right there.
dude, like he kind of gave me some what do you call it? Inspiration, I guess, for the role.
Because this is
Also astonishment, because I was like, damn, dude,
Hey,
like,
man,
are you
that-
on something, or like
that's good research. That's
this like
Tim,
just- yeah.
stepping up, because we've been plotting this project for like almost a year now. It's
Okay.
a slow cooking.
But
thing.
it's also I mean, it's also kind of fucked up because like that's
I know this
the real
guy.
issue.
He was he's from Tanzania, and he worked for, I forget what it's like the Tanzanian CIA. I forget what he's called, but he used to go undercover as a homeless guy, and he told me some of the things that he did. Maybe you should. I'll link him up with you, and you can take some notes from him.
I mean,
Be a
totally.
God damn it, Tim.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's called commitment to the characters.
yeah, dude, I'm totally committed to it. Like, I need a push. I need to push in my acting. I'm a terrible actor. But
Well, this role, technically, the story plot of it is gonna require, it's 100% resting on that one character.
yeah, it's
So
it's
you're
gotta
gonna
be. It's gotta. Yeah, I kind of.
you have
gotta sell it.
You have no leverage. You have nothing to lean on. So it's you. You
Yeah.
carry the whole thing. I like to take stories like this and put someone in spotlight and just let them.
Yeah, dude. Like, I'm
Carry
totally
it,
committed.
you know?
I'm about
It's
to break up with my
interesting.
girlfriend and leave the house. I'm about to like fucking like throw all my shit away. Like, I'm committed, bro. I'm about to like quit my job. I'll throw all my money away. Like,
He is
fuck
committed.
it.
When we did that music video, did you see it?
About to go broke like a
Music video. I
motherfucker.
don't think I
Yeah,
saw a music
yeah, dude. I started fights at the bar just to get ready for.
My pool was disgusting. Yeah, it was gross. My friend just released like a new song for his album.
Yeah.
And then we shot a music video
Shout out
for
to
him
Mumford,
here. Yeah,
or whatever.
Mumford, yeah.
Yeah, no, he's got
okay,
a.
yeah, I remember hearing
You know
that
the
on
metal song?
Damn, what
That
no,
was in
I
this
gotta
pool.
look
If you
this
see
up.
it now, you wouldn't recognize it. It's brand new, clear, blue water. But
Right.
it was disgusting. And I was like,
Right.
and
The
it,
frogs
and it
or
looks,
whatever.
it look outgrown and shit. And it smells, dude. When you go down there, it smells like the ocean rotting and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and both of them were like committed. They went there like on the floor, on the ground, like acting. And I was like, I was there because I was carrying the camera and shit. And I was like,
Voyage.
yeah, Voyage.
Voyage.
Yeah,
VOIIAJ.
He stuck
Look
it
up
up.
on
They
YouTube.
filmed in it, man. I mean, it was just props to the commitment. Leak.
Brought to you by Chartreuse, the drink of Cthulhu.
This is it. I can't finish this fucking glass.
Dude, it's a beautiful color. It kind of looks
It
like
is
what we'd
mesmerizing.
have to- Yeah,
It's mesmerizing
I'm kind of
color.
digging. It's like a chemical. Ooh, that's special there.
These motherfuckers better sponsor this episode because they're gonna get a lot of fucking.
I would drink
purchases.
this every day if they sponsored us and gave us a bottle every day,
Drink this
or
for
every
breakfast
week or whatever.
Would you drink this for breakfast?
I mean, if they're paying me. I mean, if they're supplying it, I'll make some videos.
Oh, we're back from the commercial. Leak, brought to you by Leak. Such a, whatever the fuck that is.
League brought to you by Chartreuse.
Chartreuse.
Yeah, I was telling him, dude, this drink is delicious, but I don't think I can finish it. I mean, I'll finish it, but it's gonna take me another 2 hours.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, this is strong. Look at
strong,
me, I'm
yeah.
still working on it. Like tiny sips.
110 proof. That's not
Tiny sips.
110. Oh, yeah, it's because it's 55. Yeah.
55. Yeah.
We have to, next episode we have to live up to this shit. I don't know. Your job. You gotta pick in the next.
I gotta
drink,
pick
man.
another. Oh, man.
Yeah, I did research. I drove around everywhere trying to find this shit, and I found this shit. So I did my part. Now your part. Next time you bring something, or you bring us
It's
something.
like 160 proof. Like they got some that's like it's way up there.
It doesn't have to be super strong or anything. It just has to be weird or repulsive or I don't know something that you know interesting.
Repulsive. I'm gonna skip that one.
Yeah. Wow, we gotta.
Anyway, something challenging to drink.
All right, I'm gonna make some toilet wine.
Damn it.
I watched
It's a homemade.
He's taking the easy way out. He's gonna go home for a week, let's say, or a week. He's gonna make wine, and then he's gonna show up 2 weeks later. Hey guys, bam.
I watched this episode of Locked Up. Have you ever seen that on
Yeah.
TLC or whatever?
Yeah.
The prison show. And this dude made wine out of like tomato juice. And what he used instead of yeast was foot fungus from his own feet.
Ugh.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Let's see if I can get some of that, bro.
Oh fuck, dude! Damn!
Yeah.
Foot tomato wine.
Oh man, I feel like I'd rather gouge my own eyes out.
What the
How
fuck?
desperate do you have to be, really?
Well, I guess if you're stuck in jail for like 80 years, I mean, you have nothing to lose because you're gonna die there. So
Yeah.
I'll take it. I mean, let's be honest.
Desperation.
Yeah, let's
to get
be
out,
honest.
man.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Aaron, it was awesome having you, man.
Yeah, it was awesome being here.
Hopefully we have you again whenever,
Yeah, for
man.
Sure. That'd be
Where can we find you? Where are your handles, or what's your shit?
I mean, you can always find me at my website, edwardvillanova.com. I'm on Facebook as Edward Villanova. I got my podcast page there, Eddie V's Horror Show. And Eddie V's Horror Show, and anywhere you find podcasts, you can find my podcast.
How do you spell villain?
Villanova, Villanova.
I will put the links in the description below.
Yeah.
So it'll
But just
be
for
easy,
kids,
yeah?
people who are just
Yeah.
listening, I don't know. I'm
I
sure
will,
somebody's there just whining.
Yeah.
Like the college, Villanova.
Yeah. I'll snap
Is
it
it
down.
college?
Yeah, Villanova's a college.
Really?
Yeah.
Where is that?
I don't fucking know where it is. And they got a basketball team.
And on that note, so go and
the
find
college.
this fucking
College I
college.
never attended, but there's a college.
I've never
out there.
been there.
I've never been there. I don't know what it's playing.
It's maybe like one of those obnoxious only Italian college.
That's like the super Catholic college.
Oh God!
Okay, never mind. But shit.
Praise to Cthulhu.
Praise to Cthulhu. Thank you for this delicious evening. We hope you come to our rescue when we get fucked by assholes and idiots.
Or just destroy everything. We know that's what you want to do
Destroy
anyway.
everything.
Just like
Let's get it over with.
get it going already, man. Come on.
Yeah.
We're waiting.
May your chaos reign. Chartreuse.
Peace.
Art.